Um, Desperados of the Concrete Forest by Curtis Mitchell. Uh, the regime is corrupt. All the officers are stuck. State theology is the cup for all those who aren't trained. With your bets, buy more wine because the prejudice are swine. Broadcasted dogma is divine so they can restrain you. Desperados of the concrete forest, in a single file for your porridge. Desperados of the concrete forest, the roundup is where your Rome is. The movement is the past, distorted memories always last. Has time ever improved in handcuffs forcing you to move? When confinement is suspended and all privileges are ended, when liberty has to burn because uniformity won't go away. Desperados of the concrete forest, in a single file for your porridge. Desperados of the concrete forest, the roundup is where your Rome is. And, I just wrote that in county jail. That's referring to like a service that, no religious leaders are coming in to, to preach to us. And, I just feel like, it's a broadcasted service that, that is not shared with us. And, and a lot of innuendos are implied in the service, in the church service to the inmates. And so you go in with the impression that it's a religious service that you're used to. It's a religious service like Billy Graham or something, or Jimmy Swaggart. And then you get totally misled. And then you run into harassment, a different kind of harassment. Time Machine by Curtis Mitchell. Stupefy the absurd scandal. Compel it to completely withdraw. You are the utmost alleviation that I ever experienced at all. Falling head over heels into your embrace, the only one that ever nursed my pain. From a combine of excruciating agony to a majestic halo remedy mundane. Intoxicated by the white walls of my cell, daydreaming about love I left behind. There's only one truth I know all too well. Wish I was with you, travel back there in time. Intoxicated by the white walls of my cell, daydreaming about love I left behind. There's only one truth I know all too well. Wish I was with you, travel back there in time. Astonished upon initially seeing you, I became possessed with a butterfly. Dumbfounded was I French kissing whiskey. I never knew and flew so very high. In a drunken stupor from your lips, coupled with the euphoria of being together, better than any substance-induced illusion, under mythical oasis, sunny weather. Intoxicated by the white walls of my cell, daydreaming about love I left behind. There's only one truth I know all too well. Wish I was with you, travel back there in time. Intoxicated by the white walls of my cell, daydreaming about love I left behind. There's only one thing I know all too well. Wish I was with you, travel back there in time. And I wrote this all in Missoula County Detention Facility. And I'm reading from the My journal, my county jail journal. Here's another one. I call it Dogma by Curtis Mitchell. Condemned, wretched to my creed, there are no crusaders of my constitution. Scapegoat in confinement for an impostor's perjury. Martyrdom is delayed in social alienation. I believe participation was the unspoken rule. Skulk in deferment to evade excessive vex. Void of variety, there is absolutely no choice. A steadfast repeating cycle with no voice. In my dogma, is there another way that I can really save my soul? I am meant to be led into betrayal. Custom, let me be or let me go. Statutes are public decorative symbols. Native mountaineers can't sympathize. Left in a park, negligent to my defense. Common approval rejected with prejudice. A career with a livelihood is what I want, apprehended to confinement as my aspirations rot. There's that aspirations. Arguing before a judge is not my line of work. Legal indifference does not make me guilty not to be a jerk. In my dogma, is there another way that I can really save my soul? I am meant to be led into betrayal. Custom, let me be or let me go. Delinquent Liquidation by Curtis Mitchell. Uniformly frozen into the solitude, I didn't know I was a political divergent. No legal representation in trial, just my administrative work getting filed. The man was handing out sentences like I was a trickster on Halloween. A fresh fish and not yet a canteen junkie. This gothic dungeon is becoming my social scene. In an abstract equation, secession from a holiday, delinquent liquidation of the old guard on display. In an abstract equation, secession from a holiday, delinquent liquidation of the old guard on display. Was told to roll it up, it's a fiesta. To a classification confinement in the woods. I'm on vacation on a road less traveled. In the shuffle with statewide neighborhoods. In the sands of time, I will soon be eligible for a halfway house on suspension, assimilating back into the 9 to 5, only to apply for treatment for my affliction. In an abstract equation, cessation from a holiday, delinquent liquidation of the old guard on display. In an abstract equation, cessation from a holiday, delinquent liquidation of the old guard on display. The old guard, what I mean, is the aging guard, or the aging man that is getting replaced by a new one, the new kid in town.